The Toon BG Diffuse Shader can be found under SASSE Library, Materials Background, and you can drag and drop it onto your object. The settings can be found under the Materials tab. We can adjust the base color, the saturation of that color, so pulling this down will push it towards black and white. Surface amount will determine how much our background texture is impacting the surface, so you can see it kind of gives us little specks and a little bit of warping. And then we also have the option to darken, lighten, or increase the texture overlay effect. We can scale the pattern that's in behind, so if we get, maybe right here is a good spot to look. You can see these little sort of X's and O's. This is a pattern that is one of those traditional art patterns. It's a watercolor in behind, so this is supposed to help, give that watercolor background look. So you can scale that pattern up or down. If we scale it up, you can really see, it's just this tiling pattern over again. But if we keep this down towards, 1, 2, somewhere in that kind of range, then you just get usually a soft kind of transition effect. You can also turn the contrast up or down. So if we have the contrast at 0, you can tell it's a fairly noticeable effect. And again, particularly if we crank that up, you can just see this texture repeating all over the place and a little bit of nasty stitching there. So generally turn this down, and if that's still too intense, you can turn the contrast down as well. So maybe you want the contrast up, crank it up. If you want to, you can turn it down. In the shading tab, you can jump inside this node group and you will see it terminates in a diffuse general. So this will be another rule of thumb for all these background shaders. The background will be based on this with the glossy background will be based on the glossy main shader. Background diffuse is based on the main diffuse shader, and it just has all of these extra layers of ambient occlusion, gradation, other patterns to sort of set them apart and give it a softer, subtler transition look. So like the main shaders, it is also sensitive to colored light, and there's our green, our blue, and our red. And that is the Toon Background Diffuse.